Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for October 4th, 2020, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. As I've mentioned, we're going to have an awareness call addressing the planet. You know, a lot of us have been distracted quite heavily, excuse me, because of the fact that we have all these external activities going on that distract us. It's easy to do. I mean, we all get distracted. And we find ourselves, it's like a lot of people think that by being in the now, they just, you know, like in the morning, they're in the now and that's it. This is something that we should practice every day, all day long. We practice it all the time. We are cognizant and aware that we've got to stay in the now. This is all about how we progress with ourselves. It literally is about how we progress with ourselves. And unfortunately, many of us continue this cycle of reincarnation, however it's constructed. We continue this cycle of reincarnation, and you know, some of us could go through thousands of lifetimes and still not understand who and what we are. And the whole purpose of us being here and creating this life and creating the existence is to learn about ourselves, to find out who we are, what we are. And then we move on, say, we advance, we ascend, so to speak. And we learn, when we learn we bring about peace. The peace is with us, okay? And the peace means that we are free from thoughts. This is the whole direction for us. Where we get to a point where we are free from thoughts and we choose to abide in pure consciousness. That's what this is all about for all of us. So what do we do? How do we do that? Well, we begin to realize that we are omnipotently powerful creators, and that we start to understand that we create our experience. And we create our experience, as I have said before, so that we can perfect our creation. The only way we can do that is create these experiences, have these experiences, learn from them, and then progress. The more that we create as far as experiencing with the assistance of the universe, we're able to progress. And this, of course, is not the ego or the mind. And so we move more and more, one step at a time. We free ourselves from thoughts and we move into pure consciousness. And since we know that the universe is in love with each and every one of us, and we know that our task is not to seek for love, but merely find all the barriers within ourselves that we have built against it. We all build these barriers that, which is really interesting, because we seek for love. But instead of seeking for love because we are love, what we do is we literally put up all these barriers within ourselves that we have built against love. See, this is kind of like we learn, but no matter what horrific things that have happened in our past, the universe is not holding on to them. See, there's no judgment. There's no judging you, condemning you, or holding you to be someone less than sacred. That doesn't exist. It's only here that we believe this. kind, and divine. And it honors and respects all of us exactly how we are, exactly in this now how we are. And it is proud of the perfection that is created in each and every one of us. And it is totally in love with us. Whether we believe it or not, doesn't matter. We are being unconditionally, we are being deeply loved by life right now. And we don't need someone in our bed to feel loved. This has always been a perplexing understanding for many of us, okay? And that's totally the opposite of how all of us on this planet believe. Is that the most exquisite healing feeling is already here, hidden really deep within us. So it takes effort from the perspective of commitment and intent to call off the search for love out there and set our destinations for exploring the infinite, universal source of love within. Isn't it ironic how we create barriers within ourselves that we have built against love? This is why we have so much disarray, confusion, misunderstanding, very difficult in interaction relationships as a civilization, okay? And we can see this because it's reflected everywhere. All of us are infinite universal source of love. Now it's quite unique and it's unusual because it's limitless. And this is a much deeper, it's a spiritual type of love. It's much stronger than romantic love. As it continues loving you no matter what you think, say, or do. It doesn't matter. Only this type of love can heal every single cell in our bodies, inside of us, enlighten our souls, set us free from all of our worries, fears, and pain. This is what real love is all about. If you were to step outside for a moment and look at everything without judgment, and you just view and watch all of this movement of energy, how do you think Christ did what he did? He was a man. He was bicameral. He woke up. He was able to understand what he was. He knew he had the God within him. He knew from some perspectives what the real love is all about. And this civilization has been so banged on, so stretched, deceived, manipulated. And I'm not just talking about our physical, but also our spiritual. We have this, a lot of us, I think we just, no matter what we've done to others or ourselves throughout our life, the universe has already forgiven us. It forgave us the moment that we needed to be forgiven. Understand what that means. Each and every one of us can choose to understand what that means. The universal love is always instantly there, bubbling up peacefully, healing vibes, peaceful healing vibes within you. And all you simply have to do is choose to do is sit back and let them in. And release the idea that love has to come from someone or something on the outside. This is how we've been trained from the beginning, that love has to come from someone or something on the outside. And it's really interesting how many people that I talk with communicate with on this planet that they're lonely. They're tired of being alone. And you know why that is? Because we are so involved with the externality of this existence that that's how we portray that there really isn't anything within us. It's all out there. And we create this landscape, so to speak, so that we can learn. And this is why in these lives that some of the things we experience, we're kind of like, freaked out from the fact is that how in the heck, where did this, and I wasn't, it hit me like a Mack truck. And it's because we design certain things in our experience. The universe supports it and moves it into reality for us. But some of the things that we create, we do it on purpose so that we don't know everything that's coming. We don't. Why would we want to know everything? We do it so that we learn. So you imagine that a perpetually stream of light flowing from the most mysterious divine place on the inside. Feeling this great healing love. It may start out on a mental, physical, emotional, or perhaps a super sensual level for you. There's a lot of different avenues. But you try not to be too concerned about how, where, or when it shows up. Just know it's infinitely deep and real. That's, no expectations, no attachments. There's always plenty of it. And just when you thought it was gone, it comes rushing in. And all you need to do is simply relax into your life for an extended period of time, and then it will come. And it often shows itself as some profound spiritual experience in the beginning. And this is your wake-up call. So you know how powerful and real it truly is. Without the love that we are, okay, this great, deep, eternal love flowing in our lives, we remain dumb and numb to our highest spiritual path and life purpose. We feel lost, empty, and lonely without it. We cannot even imagine that there is a gold mine of greatness buried inside. And all it takes is a little digging into our emotional being underneath all the fears, doubts, and worries with a small shovel of curiosity. And all of us can find an amazing love at the core. This is the real gold. And when we're willing to stop playing with the fool's gold in our lives, the best things in life begin to move. We move energy into form. We create into reality. We begin manifesting. What is real gold is that which will never change. So let's take a moment to give our bodies an experience of this gold mine of love. Imagine that you're on a warm, sandy beach in Hawaii. You're laying there in some distant, peaceful cove all alone. Not anybody anywhere. Okay? And the soft, relaxing rays of the sunshine are melting into your skin, bringing deep healing sensations into where you need love the most. Simply relax, open, and imagine you are receiving this healing warm light into your body right now. Now, you may not be able to feel much at first, yet keep opening and relaxing into the softening feeling. Now, the softening energy will come into you very, very slowly, as if it was a gentle massage from a child. It feels highly healing, extremely light, non-invasive, and super soothing. You might feel as if you are on an eternal vacation and have an infinite supply of free time. mind, or is it real? Don't get caught up in your mind. Stay with the relaxing process. It will take time to soften the hard protective shell each of us have built around us. So don't give up too quickly or try too hard using your brain. The universal love cannot be accessed by our willpower. It just happens all on its own accord. The miracle manifests, creates into reality when we can totally relax our bodies, stop stressing about our lives, and let it all go. Now, if you try too hard to let go, you are forcing things, and this soft, sweet love cannot flow. You dam it up. If you're not totally open and surrendered to the experience, your energy is too tight, and you'll miss it. And this deeper quality of love is so intelligent and subtle that has an exquisite timing of its own and will arrive effortlessly when you least expect it. And through letting go of trying to attain it, it attains you. Through letting go of trying to attain it, it attains you. And once we stop scrutinizing our own self, which is actually the source of bliss, then we will have no more misery in this life. Now, how do we know? How can we ensure that we are feeling universal love inside of us every day? Well, there's a few key things we can do. Some people believe that from all the traumatic experiences in their past, that they are unlovable, unworthy, and undeserving of receiving love. You ever met anybody like that? They think that they must fix themselves or do something to receive love, and that love is not something available for free just by being the normal way they are. They think that they've got to earn it or do something for it. And this is a complete fallacy. Any belief which sounds like this, remember, any belief that sounds like this will block it. There's nothing we need to do, nothing, or prove ourselves to be worthy of for this super sweet healing love to come in. It is our very birthright to be loved 24 hours a day. We are all amazing divine beings, brilliant souls of light, and we deserve to have it all. We all deserve the best of everything. All the darkness and all the lightness. Another key thing is for us to watch vigilantly what our minds are doing. Watch, okay? Watch. Not engage, watch. And randomly through the day, notice where your mind is focusing and how it's perceiving reality. The mind is always creating some version of reality. Always. And rarely and clearly sees the big universal picture, seeing things as they actually are from the biggest perspective. So our minds, they like coloring life, believing today is a depressing gray day and last night was a red hot night. This is the mind. The mind is so creative, it's inventing up its own reality in every breathing moment. Even though the universe is showering us with absolute wonderfulness and goodness every split second. We cannot see or feel this phenomenally cozy energy as long as your mind is busy. And when the mind is not totally present in this moment, it becomes narrowed and unable to see and feel the universal love in all directions. And we cannot enjoy the colorful rainbow that is actually forming outside when we are in the basement watching some black and white scary movie from the past on TV. There are so many things happening in the mind that it is continuously making us blind to this great love. Blind. And when we're taking on too much, having too many commitments to deal with, life can feel like it's pulling us apart instead of putting us back together. And as long as our energy is focused outward, we keep moving outwards instead of relaxing deeper inside where the real love actually is. This great love is an inner journey, and it's all of our choosings. And that's all there is to it. If a tree only focuses on growing its branches and not its roots, it's bound to fall over when some strong gust of wind passes through it. The root for all of us is love is possible only when there is a deep acceptance of oneself. And the other, the world. And acceptance creates the milieu in which love grows, the soil in which love blooms. Now, when each of us take a deep, long look inside ourselves, we will probably first notice the rotten parts in us. Haven't you ever experienced that? These are what we consider our faults, how we are unacceptable, unworthy, and unlovable. Yet, if you can keep on looking, you'll see all these are just hard, critical ideas, and that they stem from a needy place, desperate for love. Simply listen, as if from a distance, to whatever your fearful, negative, or critical voices are saying. Listen compassionately to what they're really needing. When we gently feel into what this critical voice is needing and afraid of becoming, the most amazing miracle occurs. We start to soften into the harsh voice, and it begins feeling more relaxed and at ease about it all. And when we soften our energy around each criticism, they eventually melt away, and we can feel again the sweet, sensitive innocence we had as a child. You remember? You remember each of us when we had that innocence as a child? Do you think that's left? Do you think it just disappeared? No. It's in full view within each and every one of us. We can taste our original enlightened spirit, who is glowing with love and extremely lovable. The more time we can spend being softer and lighthearted about life, the younger we'll feel, and the more amazing this life will become. Drop any fears that may say, what will other people think of me? What will other people think of me? And a lot of people say, oh, that doesn't bother me. Sure, okay. I'm not, okay. Anytime we're caught in thinking about what others think about us, we're losing time in deciding who we want to become and how we want to invent our future self to be. And remember, your God-given right is to be totally wild, fun, foolish, and absolutely free whenever you desire. Whenever you desire. You. Okay? And you can fully show up for this liberated life every single day. All you do is just just merge with your amazing, blazing, brilliant, smiling, loving light inside and blast it all over everyone, 24/7. You've heard this, the world is our mirror, and it is always reflecting what is going on inside us on a deeper level. It is always teaching us what we most need to learn, which is learning how to live deeply and completely in love 24/7. And when we base our lovableness on how others treat us, we miss the target. As long as we are focused on the mind or physical form of the other and not their spirit, we will forget all about universal love. And how many as this civilization does that every single minute? As long as we are focused on the mind or physical form of the other and not their spirit, we will forget all about universal love. Look at that person. Look how fat they are. Look at this, and look at what they're wearing. And oh, look how they live and how they act. And oh, that's disgusting. Once you find the love inside you, when you take a closer look at the world around you, all you will see is universal love in everyone and everything. Now, I know that's not an easy thing for any of us to just simply do that. But what I'm doing is sharing with you a really sound pathway to have that understanding. You notice how the sun loves to shine its light on every living creature around the earth 24 hours a day? It does too, by the way. Even though some places are dark, it's never not shining. You'll appreciate how random people around the planet are providing you with food to eat, quenching water to drink, and interesting places to go see. You'll enjoy the fresh air that you have to breathe, and stop taking for granted this continuous beating heart that keeps you alive. You might also realize that you have a highly sensual sexual body, and start really enjoying your life with it. These are just a few gifts and sensual treats the universe has given to each and every single one of us. They're each meant to help you soften and relax deeper into the feeling of this universal love is in you right now. What happens with fractured people that go schizophrenic, that become sociopathic, that experience all these things? They've lost any direction of who and what they are. So they're wandering and banging into walls forever. When love enters you, everything changes. You feel naturally relaxed as you are. You enjoy being alone, bathing in the raw experience of being you. There is a state of natural appreciation for all your dark parts just the way they are. You're able to feel loved by others without falling into being dependent, protected, or needy. They can be sad, mad, afraid, or disappointed, and it really doesn't matter. You have your connection to the infinite source, and they have theirs. And you know that every situation is connected to love, and in the most creative way and form. And when the universal love blossoming inside, you'll feel loved everywhere you go, and no matter who you are with. And I love this quote from Nisargadatta, is, don't rely on the mind for liberation. You are the sum cause of the entire universe. We could go over the same information 1,000 times, and it wouldn't be enough. You are deeply and completely in love 24/7. You are deeply and completely in love 24/7. Deeply and completely, you are in love 24/7. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we desire and want to do is relax our bodies. Head to toe, inside and out. You go in there and you say, what is that doing there? I don't need to see it. Bye. What is that doing there? Wow, look at this mess. Let's just get rid of that. That's gone. Okay. Well, why am I dragging all these balls and chains over here? Let's drop those and get rid of those. All the stresses, fears, anxieties that the external reality, our mind, the illusion, ego, the illusion, continually play on us because we refuse to go within and actually embrace the love that we we are and release all of these illusions that keep us contracted and blocked and dammed up for literally allowing that love that we are to flow 24/7. So what does the body do? It responds. Head to toe, inside and out. Drops all this stuff that we take glue and stick it somewhere. So as the body relaxes, we move into the now. What is the now? I get that all the time. What is the now? The now is in the moment. Whatever you're doing right now in this meditation, the now is the space between heartbeats. The now is everything. The now creates the future. But what do? We all do it. None of us are exempt from it. We wander. Our thoughts wander. The mind is in control. So we have all these thoughts, and we kind of quaff off into the future that doesn't exist. And then we quaff off into the past. And we reminisce all of these past experiences. Triggers are songs or thoughts that come in, or interactions, and they just flow in, and we revisit and embrace those memories. It's great, right? But then, of course, we get so seduced, some of us, that we bring the past into a future that doesn't exist, create that future from that past, relive that past in that future. Why do you think so many of us find ourselves stuck and stymied? We feel like we keep repeating things, and we go full circle, and we're back there again. That's why, say. And not only do we do that, we continually move into the past. That's it. We don't pay any attention to the now. And of course, the future, we think the future is, we got a future out there. Not until you create it. And we all do that in the now. The now also stills the mind and the ego mind. All those thousands of thoughts, literally, flying through us. And the majority of them aren't even ours. If the mind dictates thoughts to you, you know they're not yours. They're not. The only way you know the thoughts are yours is when you tell the mind what to think. You tell the mind what to think. It doesn't dictate to you. So you see all these random thoughts coming in. And then we create them into reality, and then what do we have with these thoughts? Fear, anxiety, stress, doubt, self-esteem situations with ourselves, lack of confidence without the ego, feeling alone, disheveled, where we have to go find love outside of ourselves. So then what do we want to breathe? We want to breath in through our noses and breath out through our mouths. What does that do? Well, the breath sustains the body, right? It sustains our physical body. What would happen if we didn't have breath? Well, the body wouldn't function. We'd leave it. So the breath is divine positive energy because it sustains the body that holds the kingdom of God within it. So as we breath in, we have 7 energy vortexes, which are chakras. These are spiritual conduits. These are the spiritual to the physical back to the spiritual, back and forth. They're etherical in our physical body. They are there. And so what we do is we take the divine positive energy and we start to bring them up through the center of our body through these 7 wheels of light. These 7 energy vortexes, chakras. Each one's a flower, different shape, different geometrical shape in the center, in different colors. And they're connected to our function of bliss, joy, kindness, insecurities. It's all there. It's all there. It's like a roadmap for us. And at the same time, this is where our chi, our God force energy, literally streams through these chakras and fountains out the top of our heads and then circulates back down, up, and around. So it's a constant flow of pure energy. So we have this breath, and it's the root chakra, the red wheel of light, the Muladhara, the career, money, mindset, sense of belonging. Its location is the base of the spine tailbone area, and our connections, emotional and physical, emotional connections, issues, or survival issues, such as financial independence, money and food, physical association, spine, rectum, legs, arms, circulatory system. See this in your motion picture in the heart-mind. Visualize this energy, this flow, these colored wheels of light, these geometrical shapes, and how they function with you, for you, in you, outside of you, all around you, above you. Then we move to the sacral chakra, the Svadhisthana, the sexuality and pleasure. It's our ability to accept others and new experiences. Lower abdomen, 2 inches, about 2 inches below the navel, 2 inches in. Emotional connections and issues, sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, sexuality. Physical association, reproductive organs, kidneys, bowels, and immune system. Then we go to the golden yellow wheel of light, the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. This is our personal power and ability to channel. It's our ability to be confident and in control of our lives. What is being in control of your life? By relaxing into it, not fighting it. And the location is up your abdomen into the stomach area. We have our emotional connections, our self-worth, self-confidence, self-esteem, self. Physical association, central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, skin. Then we move to the emerald green wheel of light, the heart chakra, the Anahata, love, relationships, and self-acceptance. This is our ability to love. Isn't that ironic? When all along that love is in us. Center of the chest, just above the heart, is where it's at. Emotional connections and issues, love, joy, inner peace. Physical association, heart, thymus, lower lungs, circulatory system, immune system. Then we go to the blue wheel of light, the Vishuddha. This is self-expression. It's our ability to communicate. You know darn well that if you have issues with communication, it means that somewhere there is something obstructing the even flow of your essence through that chakra. It's in the throat. It's emotional connections and issues or communication, self-expressions of feelings, and the truth. Physical associations, thyroid, respiratory system, teeth, and vocal cords. And then we move to the indigo wheel of light, the third eye chakra, the Ajna. This is intuition, sense of purpose, and direction in life. It's our ability to focus on and see the big picture. What's the big picture? You are. Where's the love? In you. Where's the joy, happiness, and bliss and peace? In you. So you look at it as a third eye, so it's in between the eyes, it's the brow chakra, so it's right there where the brows are, right in the center. Emotional issues and connections are the intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think and make decisions. Physical association, pituitary gland, eyes, and sinuses. Then we go to the crown chakra, the Sahasrara. This is the highest chakra, and it represents our ability to be fully connected spiritually. Very top of our head, emotional issues and connections, inner and outer beauty, our connection to spirituality, pure bliss. Physical association, not a surprise, pineal gland, brain, and nervous system. Now we visualize in our motion picture in the heart-mind, we visualize this, and we see the fountain, the wellspring. And we also know that this is at the top of our head. All of this divine connection now, connected to the divine perfection of that which we are deep within. And we light, I am love, I am. We hold it briefly, and in that moment of compression and condensing, we move it into pure liquid energy and we release it over the pineal gland. And the pineal gland for all of us is very important while we're in these bodies. It is the gateway to all the particles of existence. It is the gateway to pure consciousness, to God, and beyond. You can view it however you see it in your motion picture in your heart mind. View it however you see it. Okay? I look at it as a green ball of light, a green ball, a rosebud. And when I release this pure liquid energy over that rosebud, and I watch it immediately bloom into a massive, beautiful, vibrant, eternal rose with multicolored petals and sending out soft waves of beautiful, loving energy and a fragrance that is wonderful, then all the gateways open. And then you're everywhere. You're somewhere. You're nowhere. You're everywhere. You are in everything or nothing. It's all there. We're also consciously aware that we are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. We also know that we're merged. We're one. Most of it's an illusion. The God, the consciousness, the pure consciousness, the spirit, the soul, the higher self, the body, all one. All one. The body is like a suit of clothing. After a while, you don't need it. You want a new suit of clothing to experience, so you get a new suit of clothing. And we're all one. And we're all God and we're all love. And our God light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. We have others in this assemblance for this meditation, liberation of this planet. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. This is a civilization that vibrates at a higher frequency than we do. We don't see them like we see ourselves, but we sure as heck talk with them, interact with them all through our lives. And it's great. It's just phenomenal. We don't really identify with it until after we have. But in a way, a feeling comes in, or it is, and we know. We just know, innately. And that's part of being bliss. Now, many of them can surround, thousands of them can surround any one of us at any one time. Because of their frequency, they can have a large number in a small area. Are we them and are they us? Yes. We are not talking about bodies. They are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. We have the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thought, many, many, many more. These are those who have mastered ascension out of body and whole pure consciousness, God form. We are mastering ascension into body to experience and to perfect our creation. Are we them and them us? Yes. They are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. So doesn't it make sense that in this meditation, we call upon all that are parts of us, reflections of each other. So we reach out to all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those that are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, and forming the circle of light. They come in the googolplexes. One googolplex fills this universe. They come in trillions of googolplexes. Trillions. From every direction, and they're with us now. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, beneath earth, Agartha. Many, many, many civilizations and species. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, and form this circle of light. They come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all the galactics, off-worlders, celestials. Many, many, many civilizations. We're only familiar with a fraction, somewhat familiar with a handful. Over 1,000 travel through this solar system every day. And the ones that we are familiar with, and of course only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, and forming the circle of light. Now, this includes all the levels and all the species and civilizations that we're barely aware of. And this is the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Andromedans, the Arcturians, the feline, the Zeta Reticuli, the Gray, the Nord, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian. Many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they are with us now. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, and the forming of this circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all these light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light. We're only familiar with just a fraction of them. Their numbers are in the trillions. Shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, maybe 1% that we can see. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, of forming of this circle of light. And just to name a few, fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Many, many, many more. And in the trillions they come, and they are with us now. We're all gathered for the massive liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, in this forming circle of light. All of our gods together, one, arm in arm, hand in hand, we're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, and abundance. We're all one. We're all God. We're all love. Our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We form this massive circle of light at the equator of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. This the vibrational frequencies. It is divine perfection, pure, deep, eternal love. It is so brilliant, it grays out the darkness of space. It would take over 1,000 billion suns in this solar system to come close to its radiance and brilliance. It floods all of us eternally, perpetually, head to toe, inside and out, both from the God, pure consciousness, the body, all, bathing us continuously in pure, deep, eternal love. How can we not reveal to ourselves that deep within us is that love? Everything and everything. All of our brothers and sisters on in, above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, are in this now. And we begin to levitate up. As we do above the planet, we meet a gossamer field. It's everywhere. These are little mirrors of reflection, reflecting all of us gathered here for this meditation, this liberation. Beams of beautiful, vibrant colored lights flashing everywhere, flooding everything and everything, nothing and nothing. And we're met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we are the power of healing. We're also met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We're then met with the white fire. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we are imbued head to toe, inside and out, with an impenetrable white fire armor, pure, deep, eternal love. Nothing externally can disturb it. We are protected 24/7. Not 1 ounce of any kind of power or anything conceived as power can do anything at all to it. But only you have the power. That if you choose to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, where you begin to literally be drawn into frustration, fear, anxiety, hurry, expectation, attachments, hatred, anger, revenge, deception, manipulation, and greed, and on and on and on, you will then create a breach in your white fire armor. Enough so, you will allow the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. If you do this, you are then met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds us that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, and we just send them back to pure consciousness where they're no more. Then we're met with violet ray. This reminds us that we can bring in the violet ray, this column, and we can literally purify, cleanse the area where these lower frequencies were, thus sealing the breach, restoring our vibrational frequency of the highest high, deep, eternal love. Then we're met with the golden white pink light. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we are this planet. We are space, the sacredness of it. We are the rainbow. We are the sunsets. We are the sunrises. We're the earth. We're the soil. We're the trees. We're the forest. We're the waterways, the oceans, the rivers, the streams, the creeks. We're the animals. We're everything, and yet nothing and nothing. We continue levitating up. As we do, we come across this massive column. Some of us step outside of our physical form and float effortlessly above them. And as we see this massive column, it's larger than the solar system. It's a crystalline light tower. And we designed it. We created it. It has it in the center. You can't not see it. It is this massive oblong circle. In the center is a golden white pulsing light and trillions of different vibrant colors surrounding it and softly emanating out and washing over everything and everything. All of our our brothers and sisters, everything and everything. In pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, generosity, humbleness, gentleness, bliss, joy, peace, eternally. Feel it, see it in the motion picture in your heart minds. And at the top we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it does perpetually forever. Flooding again all of us, inside and out, head to toe, with the highest of the highest high of deepest eternal gratitude and love. And we are all drops of that golden ocean, and we all hold the essence of it. We're never separate. Then we see our meditative sphere, it's that center circle. We created this sphere, all of us, from every existence and every existence and every creation and every creation. Everything and everything, nothing and nothing. All assembled here for the massive liberation of this planet, which is in full transition, full view. And this sphere holds over 1,000 of our meditations in perpetual motion, meaning that they don't wane, they continue to intensify. Purest of intent, purest of deepest eternal love, being sent from the very core of all of us. It floods us all eternally and perpetually. It continually keeps knocking on the door of the love that we are. And it is up to us to open that door so that we can pour forth our love on this planet and on all things. Everything and everything, nothing and nothing. This is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. And it can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. In your motion picture, in your heart minds, view this, watch it, see who you are. See who you are. Each of us are learning to live deeply and completely in love 24/7. I'll join you in the meditation. Return to close us out.